Look at all this technology you need to learn in order to become a digital marketer. There's so many platforms and advertising channels that it feels like you'll need your whole life in order to catch up. And then on top of that, you'll see all these marketing prodigies running campaigns 10 times faster than you, and it just makes you feel behind. For context, I've been a digital marketer for over 17 years now, and I've gained quite a lot of confidence in my skills. But it wasn't always like that. When I transitioned from PR, I actually struggled quite a lot to learn digital marketing. That was until I learned these 5 lessons that I'm going to be sharing with you today in this video. The first lesson I'm going to teach you is learn by doing. The reason why people struggle to learn digital marketing is the same reason why people are bad at analytics. People are just too lazy to practice campaigns and power through adversity. Instead, they will look for shortcuts that will get them the results without really taking the time to practice. I see so many people online complaining about how much time they spend learning digital marketing, and then when you ask them to show you their campaigns, they haven't launched a single one. They just spend countless hours watching YouTube videos without actually putting in the reps. The same way you wouldn't expect to learn how to play the piano by just watching YouTube videos, you can't expect the same for marketing. You won't learn how to run campaigns unless you actually run campaigns a lot. So my advice to you is to first pick something that you want to promote. Let's say a local business, and then figure out which platforms you need to learn in order to market that business. Then, once you've run those campaigns, you will have learned a ton more than if you just sat at your desk all day watching YouTube videos. And on top of that, you'll have real campaign data that actually works, that you can add into your portfolio. The second lesson that I'm going to teach you is learn to market, not a marketing platform. This is a very common misconception. Especially beginners often confuse learning a marketing platform, that is, interface and features, with learning to market, which is the actual difficult part. Sure, in order to be able to market, you will need both platform knowledge and knowing how to market, but if initially you just focus on learning the interface, you'll be just memorizing. You won't be actually understanding the underlying concepts of how to market. And memorizing and marketing don't go well together, so don't do that. It doesn't really make sense to memorize a campaign setup in a certain platform. Marketing strategies need to be understood in a conceptual, abstract level, completely independent from the platform. So let's say I have this campaign strategy. I'm just targeting potential customers based on their interests. The actual platform is secondary. I only need to know that I need a way to reach people who are interested in my product. How exactly I do that depends on the platform implementation. So it doesn't really matter on which marketing platform I built this campaign. I could do this exact thing on every other platform. So what you need to internalize is the concept of interest-based targeting, not just the actual interface of how to do that. The abstract or conceptual learning becomes even more important when you start learning marketing strategies and customer psychology. It's hardly ever necessary to be able to recite the setup of a campaign in a particular platform, but it's very important to understand the strategy on a conceptual level so you can then implement it on any given platform. That's why most companies will let you use any platform during your interview, because the important thing is not the interface, the actual underlying concepts. The third lesson I'm going to give you is to create a roadmap for yourself. As beginners, many people just search Facebook ads on YouTube and start mindlessly watching YouTube videos just because they heard that Facebook is popular. So I'm gonna learn Facebook ads. No, that is not the way to approach this. There's so many marketing platforms. There are so many channels that you can learn. The first question that you need to clarify is, what do you want to achieve? Once you figure that out, you can work backwards to understand what are the platforms and marketing channels that you need in order to achieve this goal. So for example, if you want to generate leads for local businesses, you'll need to learn about Google Ads, Facebook advertising, and local SEO. By getting clarity on the things that you want to achieve, you'll be able to create a roadmap that suits your goals. It's not just mindlessly learning anything that's out there. Luckily, online, there's plenty of free and paid resources that you can use in order to get started on your digital marketing journey. I've done quite a lot of research to find a course that I can confidently recommend you, and the best one that I've seen so far is the Digital Marketing course by CourseCareers. This includes everything you need to know in order to go from zero marketing knowledge to finding your first job as a digital marketer. The course is built in a way that will actually help you learn how to market by providing you practice campaigns to build for every lesson and real-life projects that will help you stand out in your job application. The way it's structured is in 2 parts. The fundamentals course that will teach you the core marketing concepts, and then you'll pick 1 out of 3 specializations in paid advertising, social media, or analytics. Specialization is actually included in the price, so you don't need to pay extra for that. The course is great if you're just starting out, or if you already have some knowledge and want to specialize in one of the core areas. At CourseCareers, they also provide coaching along the way, and they give you feedback on your campaigns. So they really guide you throughout your journey. And what's really cool is that the course actually starts with a free module. So check out the link in the description to watch the first module completely for free. And I'm sure you'll get tons of value even if you don't end up buying the course. However, if you decide to make this investment in your career, with the link below, you'll get a $50 discount. Now, my fourth lesson is to prioritize understanding over everything. This is probably the simplest yet the most important advice that I can give you in this video. You have to take the time to understand what you're doing. Let's say you're building a campaign and all of a sudden you get this error and you really don't know what it means. You go on Google, you search it, the first link takes you to a marketing forum. Copy the solution, you paste it, it works. You have no idea why it works. Does that ring a bell? This situation can never happen to you. When you're marketing and something works, but you don't actually know why it works, you need to make it a point to take time to understand. Some of you might say, okay, Alan, but I'm just getting started with marketing. If I start to understand every single thing, it'll take me forever to learn how to market. But think about it this way. If you don't take the time to understand this strategy today, whenever you face it again, it will take you the same time to solve the problem. Whereas if you take the time to understand this now, you'll never face the problem again. And you can move on to bigger and more difficult challenges. And that's the only way you can grow. This is the best investment that you can make as a marketer for your growth. Some of the best ways that you can learn is by searching on Google, obviously, but the best place that you can reference is always the platform documentation, the official help centers of whatever marketing platform you're using. It's super detailed, way more accurate than any short answers on marketing forums. And if you don't seem to find the answer online, just make sure to ask your colleagues, your friends, your senior marketers. Don't be afraid to reach out to people and look and experience, because everyone has gone through this. And then if you're working on a very difficult campaign that maybe is very niche and no one seems to have the answer to it, you can always ask online. You can write a new post on marketing forums. If you have that question, probably someone else is going to bump into the same issue in the future. So by asking the question on marketing forums, you'll help people in the future to solve the problem way faster. Last but not least, the fifth lesson that I want to teach you is to get used to failing. Learning as a concept is simple. It's not easy in practice. When you win, you don't learn anything. It's only when you lose that you actually learn something new. Therefore, if you don't fail at all, you won't learn anything at all. Myself at work, I test new strategies every single day. I face new challenges and I overcome them, and that's when I grow. If I didn't take the time to learn from my mistakes and face adversity, I wouldn't be growing at all. Therefore, if you don't fail at all, you won't learn anything at all. So basically, in order to become a good digital marketer, you not only need to get comfortable with failing, but you actually need to seek failure. For me, whenever I'm at work and I notice some campaigns that I'm low-key scared to take on or that I'm not sure how to approach, I force myself to take that campaign and face that challenge so I can grow from it. Even though it might seem scary at first, I end up learning so much more than if I didn't take it. And now I'm way more equipped to face new problems and more difficult challenges. So these are the 5 lessons that helped me become a better marketer. So I hope that they are helpful to you as well. If you're just starting out on your journey, remember to check out the digital marketing course by CourseCareers. You'll find a $50 discount in the description below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.